All right, so many Nigerians, election or by-elections being held for about 12 states for inside Nigeria. And inside those 12 states where you say election hold, waiting a lot of Nigerians no, and I say glitch may happen again for inside INEC. As it be say, people be no fit. In fact, INEC be no fit upload results directly at least before within the first 72 hours of the election conclusion. They no fit upload results to the IReV portal, and this one cause a lot of trouble. And people don't they talk say, how come INEC they do this kind of what they do now? Waiting this one mean, and then how waiting it be say the challenge could be for the next person will be the INEC chairman. How it could take be all this matter and more than we say we could discuss. So Princess Sheila can I be my guest for this evening, and now inside Updated Precious now. Welcome to Updated Precious. It's always a delight to be with you guys to bring you updates of matter that really happen for inside Nigeria. Yeah, make a sharply read the headlines on we're gonna for this year. So inside the top 3 that we'll look at today, bombshell over by-election results in 12 states as Hitches spark agitation on next INEC chairman. All right, and then other matters then we will look at 2027 ADC struggles over article obese indecision, because the two of them then be yet to be members. So waiting with those struggles, we go know. Presidency kicks as PDP governors accuse FG of untold anti-democratic actions. That one said we will look into them. ADC is a youth party. We allocate 50% of appointment to youth, to young Nigerians, women. Aregbesola na the market ADC to Nigerians. Meanwhile, Atiku Abubakar don't talk, saying don't swear, saying go support anybody will come out as the presidential candidate of ADC, saying go support the person. But he no be member yet of the ADC. Now, ADC now don't tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, say, look, 20 people die. In fact, 20 people, 30 people die separately for inside a worship center for mosque for Katsina State. Another 20 washed people, now he be say them burn for inside Katsina State. Why you know if you declare state of emergency? They don't dare President Bola Ahmed Tinubu what declare state of emergency for Katsina and Zamfara State. If you know say what you do good as a leader, and the state of emergency for River State, it is okay. Presidency don't kick as PDP governors accuse FG of untold anti-democratic actions. I don't tell her of that matter already. And then moving on, Nigerians dying daily in South Africa after ban from hospitals. President Nigerian community will be behind they talk this one. So in case you don't know, they give me there for South Africa since we didn't talk say Nigerians not just Nigeria, most people will not be their country, may they not pay for hospital again, may they not take treatment. If they go hospitals, they come out, they say make gonna come out, make gonna come out. Now they say most Nigerians they die for small sickness because they don't fit access hospital. They both belong to us. Akwa Ibom governor pledges support for Comfort Emerson and Ibom Air. And Ibom Air generally for the matter will happen. Bielsa government raises alarm over influx of fake drugs, cosmetics in markets. That one said big grand because NDLEA self don't they shout say, waiting happen. Say the way we be say courier services now they dispatch drugs Say if they not carry skunk, they go carry one monkey tail or one thing or the other. Say na so bad drugs now, illicit drugs. Now it be say NDLEA they carry up and down. Police don't repatriate one Chinese gang leader. I go so tell another one onto Interpol matter. And then RULAC don't demand end to harassment of journalists, activists, citizens for inside Imo State. We no get expatriate as governor. All right, my people, that the matter they will get with this. Welcome to the show. Prince Francis Chilaka, now my guest this evening. Good evening. I didn't take an uppercut. I didn't give you an uppercut. Okay, now we don't get expatriate as governor. Eh? Ordinary freedom of speech, and I don't forget. Ordinary freedom of information, and I don't forget.
No, precious, calm down. Imo State has a governor, and it's as if they don't have a governor. Yeah. They have a governor.
Our own missing an expatriate. Now we get as
nice expatriate, yeah. And in time, in tenure on the end, so they wonder whether they go renew them. Just on a contract. You take off an expatriate on contract. So from the look of things, it looks like that contract is going to be renewed for another 3 months. Because it appears that the employers of the contractor have not achieved what they want.
Okay. All right. Okay, so make we start with this case we get to do with election. And it's a long read, but I find it very interesting. So you give me some time, make I explain it for Nigerians. Now, then talk say it don't they widely reported, say the by-election the way INEC conduct across that is last Saturday, 16th of August 2025, for 12 states across 12 states of the country. Say waiting it be say characterize that by election now voter apathy, and malfunctioning of BVAS in many of the places where the exercises took place. Now, a lot of people go to think, say, oh, INEC don't learn their lessons so from waiting happen for waiting they call it 2023 election, and because of the outcry will come out from that 2023 election, INEC don't learn their lesson. But that will not be all. They say, for instance, the arrest of nearly 288 suspected thugs inside Kano State, where the election was held in 2 constituencies, only 2 constituencies election for Kano. Now they arrest 288 suspected thugs. If na come become state election or federal election for inside the presidential election for Kano State, maybe na 5 billion people now they go arrest. Now be that. But then, they say many did not know. Waiting a lot of people know. Now say a lot of things happen we compromise the integrity of that election and the result of that by-election. Because you know what? A lot of people no understand. Say most of the results, them unlike the promise where INEC make for their guideline where they set out for those elections, them INEC no follow those guidelines. Them. And one of the guidelines, I say they go upload election results directly to IReV. Because they talk say 72 hours after those conclusion of that election, IReV no INEC no upload up to 100% of results 72 hours after. Unlike election wey happen for 2024 for inside, I think Ondo State, where people they use say okay, they use and get hope because for that Ondo State election, immediately after the election, in fact 24 hours after the election, 100% of the result they don't do, or at least 98% of the result don't be uploaded to IReV. But unlike that one, this one 3 days later, 100% never still be uploaded into IReV. And this might cause of worry. Why would INEC give guidelines and also go against the guideline that they themselves have set? Which is what Ibise, now waiting Ibise court will also be talk about, say they get the rights to give guidelines and go against the guidelines. So what exactly is happening? Waiting we don't learn. What progress have we made against 2023? 2027. That now waiting people to talk. Now, in contrast to the recent Ondo 2024 governorship election, where INEC successfully achieved 97% of upload of polling unit results on IReV portal before 9:30 p.m. on the day of the election. This one, 3 days later, it never happened. Now, so many election observers them don't they complain. They say this one no go happen again. No. They say BVAS and IReV now very important tool we be supposed to use monitor election to ascertain the credibility of the election. But most times, these BVAS them no function well and they need the work. And then INEC they give any tangible reason when make it be say they need the work. Prince Francis Chilaka, which lesson we go learn from this? Because people don't agitate now they talk. See, this one don't bring agitation onto who will be the next INEC chairman. The same person will come, the person who will be the next INEC chairman as Oga Mahmoud, then or don't the waka they come out so. That person will still learn the same style of different hitches, or maybe go come straighten up the issues them. What Nigerians are supposed to at this point? And how come it be say opposition they not even raise matter about whether IReV work or no work? It be like say everybody don't just give up. What is going on? What do we learn from this, sir?
Well, there's a lot to learn, but the truth of the matter is that the political parties themselves are not serious. They're not ready. They're not ready to play the game of politics. They're not ready to play as oppositions. Because if they're ready to play as oppositions, they wouldn't come out and be spinning all, calling for the cancellation of the result. No, they wouldn't be doing that. First thing first is the fact that they should be out there, all the opposition parties, asking for electoral reform. That's the work they should be, doing right now, asking for electoral reform. And then secondly, when they find out that the terms and conditions of engagement is not favorable, they shouldn't even participate in the election. They should not. They should, in protest, refuse to participate in the election. And INEC will not go ahead and, So it's what it is. You need to fight
So you may say the opposition ability to come together in one voice to go against some of this magomago or this haphazardness of INEC preparation. Now, one of the major problems with these opposition parties get, and
that is the major problem. They keep pandering to the they keep doing as if there's nothing wrong. They should go and say, no, you're not contesting this election, and nothing will happen.
But why is it hard for them to do so, really? Why is it hard for people to talk to, okay, no, no, if we continue like this, we can't, would they boycott the
selfishness and the inability to stand their grounds.
Because if
That's just what is happening.
if Mahmoud
Everybody
Yakubu,
wants everybody wants to go to election to win, and they're looking at the largesse of the winning. And because they're looking at the largesse of the winning, they are short-sighted about the infractions that are there.
so because a lot of people they worry say if Mahmoud Yakub don't do election for 2023, where everybody they complains today and wait till today, he never really give a tangible reason why they say the we get the glitch we get. And then you don't do election, different other elections. And I mean, know the off-seasons elections where you do, and the same magomagoda or the same complaints characterize them. Then why Ibise will still people never still come with one voice, especially opposition parties, political parties, come in one voice, come to say, you know what, we cannot have this. We cannot have it. At what point will Nigerians get angry enough to say we must get things right in this country? Well,
when Nigerians are ready, Nigerians are not ready. When Nigerians
so
are
for
ready,
now,
and those who are in the forefront calling themselves oppositions are ready, we'll get things working. But they're not ready. Everybody's still playing, everybody's still laughing, everybody's still smiling.
All right. So another matter will be say take grana, even concerning these opposition parties, as you just talk them right now, because I mean everybody been there excited and we look forward to waiting the changes where say ADC go bring for ground. Even though say we don't see ADC, they try to hold APC accountable for the things where they do. But on their own part, a lot of delays there for the things where they do, and it can't be like say people they a bit uncertain way for things where concern waiting they do because people can't like say they don't get confidence in them enough. One of the reasons where they bring about that lack of confidence and the fact say it is hard for them to name exactly who their flag bearer could be. I mean, we don't know, say the APC already don't give President Bola Ahmed Tinubu tickets, so now in good contest. But for the ADC, we don't know. Okay, it's fair enough that we don't even know, but how where are they even zoning the election to? We don't even know where they're zoning it to. So this one I don't come be like say it don't bring a lot of setback to the ADC itself because Punch today report say with the 2027 general election fast approaching, the coalition party African Democratic Congress is battling internal uncertainty as the anticipated membership of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and the rest of them are still problem. Because as we stand right now, Atiku Abubakar no be member of the party yet. Peter Obi no be member of the party yet. Chibuike Amechi now he don't become member. But the rest of them no be members of the party yet. They're yet to get formed to become members of the party. But even at that, they see they talk, say, oh, they never know where they want zone their ticket go. Say they go do free and fair election. So do you think that this uncertainty behind ADC and what did they do now a big problem for opposition generally for 2027?
Oh, you see, the thing is, let us be very clear, let us be very honest with ourselves. ADC is fighting a war in two fronts. One, they're fighting a war with INEC, and they're fighting a war with the government. And with INEC, they're fighting a war with INEC in the sense that, to a large extent, INEC is dilly-dallying. They're not ready and willing to recognize those who are already in ADC, who are forming the coalition. They are not ready to recognize it. Also, amongst the ADC itself, as you know, some people are kicking against those who have entered the party. So for anybody who wants to become a member of the party, that area needs to be sorted out. The area of who is in charge of ADC.
Exactly, because that's also a problem because INEC is yet to even recognize David Mark's team as the people in charge of ADC, and that's a problem.
That is the primary assignment there. That is what they are working at, and they're trying to resolve. Once that is resolved, you rest assured that those who have, who has put in themselves into the party will formally, do the needful. So everybody is still looking at what is going on. If INEC decides not to recognize the chairmanship of David Mark, what happens? You just become like you moved people into a party and nobody wants to recognize them. So like I talked to people before, Peter Obi and Atiku are not in a hurry to join any party, but they are more interested in how to move this country forward, and they're looking for a platform they can use to achieve that. And I'm sure with time they will be able to, things will streamline themselves. It's just a matter of time. On the other hand, the federal government is using the institutions of government to also fight the ADC. If you notice, every day you just see federal government launching propaganda here and there about the personalities that are coming into ADC and about ADC. And, so when you have this kind of situation, you have to tread softly and carefully. And I think that is what Atiku and P2B are doing. I'm happy that Atiku has come out to say, look, I am not desperate about being a president, and that I will support anybody that emerges. All I can tell you is that give and take. ADC will, as a matter of fact, as a matter of fair play, zone the presidency to the south. If they don't do that, they're going to have problems.
You think they
will? If they don't do that, they have collapsed. They have been scattered before forming the coalition. Because
remember, okay. Go ahead, sir.
Anyhow you look at it, if you decide to truncate the unconstitutional 8-year North, 8-year South, you will have a protest vote against any party that tries that.
But we truncate the unwritten Muslim Christian ticket, all they do over the years for a Muslim ticket, and nothing happened. In fact, right now, another Muslim people want Tinubu talk. Say if you try change a team for a Christian person, say you go lose 80% of Muslim votes. Then what does that mean?
I think the fact was that that when you say that truncate or Muslim ticket, it is not as effective as when it comes to 8-year term, the tenure of the president that comes from the south and the north. It doesn't affect it. There's a lot of people. Like I said, it's not constitutional, but people have come to accept it as a way of doing politics in Nigeria. So anything that would change that for now will create problem. And I'm sure the North is smart enough to know. Atiku is smart enough to know that if they push that, then that means that it is no longer an agenda for Nigeria, but an agenda for the North. And that's what they must avoid.
And not be only the North, nine make up Nigeria. So everybody will come wise up by force.
Exactly.
Okay. But then there's also the complaint that because most of these heavyweight people, them never declare their interest to join the party, the thing they stalled party growth. So the party just it gets stunted growth right now. That is the ADC movement, because the likes of Atiku and Obi never join fully. They never make up their mind. So some other people then say some members and don't they complain for background saying that's so the thing take me right now.
No, Precious. Anybody that is complaining is not understanding what is going on. What is going on is they say you should look before you leap, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You must look before you leap. So you cannot just jump into a deep water without testing the depth of the water. So I believe that they are being very cautious, and if I were in their shoes, I'll do the same thing. I'll be very cautious before I declare, because they need to know where they stand, whether INEC will recognize them or not. If INEC does not recognize them, what comes of them?
But the INEC that has recognized Labour Party right now, how far has that recognition gone? Because they are just telling Abure that Abure's tenure is over, but they never make them publicly clear. Say, okay, Obi people, we don't give on a ticket. So it's as if there's still a little bit of politics in that.
INEC is playing to the gallery, and INEC is speaking from two sides of the mouth. And that is why you have all this problem. INEC will look at the body language of the politicians today. They decide on who to recognize. So they need to come out clean. INEC needs to come out clean. And I'm sure that in the next few days, INEC will come out clean, because in the next few days, I also believe that ADC would have solved its internal politics.
Okay. All right then. So talking about the ADC itself now, they woo youth. They talk, say they be youth party, say they get the youth centric. So
precious, don't go there. Precious, leave that. Leave that statement. Precious, leave that statement. We saw the youthfulness of Yaya Bello. So leave it. Let us not go there.
Whoever wants youths are not to be trusted.
No, whoever wants to contest should contest based on integrity, not based on the fact that you're a youth. Nigeria has not been able to define what age categorizes a youth. So let us leave. Those are political talks, and for me, I don't believe in that hogwash. All I'm saying is that anybody that wants to contest must be someone who has integrity and somebody who can be trusted. Whether you are old or not, or youth, it's not the issue. We have seen We saw what happened in the House of Rep when we had a youth there, Salih Ibrahim. We saw what happened. So it's not about being used. It's about what are you bringing to the table? What do you have in your head? So let us allow democracy to thrive in Nigeria, and let us allow the wishes of the people to come to pass. Whoever wants to contest should contest as an individual, not because you want to claim, you want to hide under the cover of a youth. And then because tomorrow night they'll tell you, oh, we are women friendly, we're giving 30% of our positions to women. So it means that if you go anywhere and you keep women, you just give them position. No. So let us leave it. When we get to that bridge, we will know how to cross it.
All right. All right. So moving on. Next stop, now still as it get to do with the ADC, because I don't know if many people knew, but there were a series of attacks in both Zamfara and Katsina states lately. And the president barely don't make any speech about her, naturally. Waiting people they talk with that. So the ADC now don't drag President Bola Tinubu for a corner. Say, Oga, come here. If you know say it's short for you for waiting you do for River State, we'll go declare state of emergency for Zamfara and Katsina State. Because say the series of attacks we don't happen there now. In fact, they say within the last killings they say within the last 2 months, the team don't leave almost 140 people dead for those two states. So say 140 people dying for 2 states, they're enough for you to call for state of emergency. Then be checking. Now, for inside the statement where we say Bolaji Abdullahi now release them today Sunday. The party talks say the recent massacre for Malamfusa, Katsina State, where gunmen killed 30 worshippers in a mosque and burned 20 villagers alive. Then burned 20 villagers alive. Saying that proof say security don't collapse for inside the state. So waiting the president they wait for, make it for take the rightful decision. In fact, he say this evil act epitomizes the horrors that Nigerians have been forced to endure under this administration. It is only a damning proof of the total collapse of our national security architecture, which has prompted even the nation's national defense staff to ask citizens to learn how to defend themselves. Say, I tell you on Friday, say your chief of defense staff talk say make una learn how to protect ourselves. But in come talk say say make everybody carry gun. Or say just say make una learn how to defend on ourselves. So I don't know whether I could like put mouth inside this conversation as it gets to do with insecurity. Do you think that the thing will be say do to waiting what is good for River State should be good for Katsina and Zamfara State? And why do you think the president perhaps is not even paying much attention, or perhaps he never reacts so much with the same energy when you react to River State for those states then? Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get the last statement.
Okay. I say the killings, over 140 people don't die for Zamfara and Katsina State over killings. Just last week, 30 people now them burned for inside mosque. 20 people now them shoot 20 people for inside mosque. 20 people now them born alive for Zamfara State, Katsina State. So ADC they talk say make President Bola Tinubu give the River State treatment to Zamfara and Katsina State if he's shot for them. So waiting this.
Precious. I don't think this president is ready to appoint another expatriate to these communities, to these states, because first and foremost, you have a president who does not believe that what is going on is an act of terrorism, act of banditry, act of cleansing. He doesn't believe in that. He believes that it's a communal fight. It's actually something between maybe the Hausas and the Fulani.
No, I don't believe you, sir.
I'm coming. I have the stage, not you right now.
How yes. President go think say na Hausa people and Fulani dey fight?
Okay, Precious. When this kind of thing happened in Benue State, what did your president say?
I know what you talk. I'm not interpreting.
You see, you have set a precedent, and knowing this president, this is a president that does not go back, at whatever he has said or put his mind at. The truth of the matter is that we have a serious problem in our hands. We have, then if only you know the amount of guns that is circulating in Nigeria today, you will be scared. And the unfortunate and sad part of it is that these guns and these ammunitions are in the hands of evil-minded humans. wicked, people who have no value for human life. I mean, I don't understand why somebody can go into a mosque and kill people. But then you look at it, these two states are the states where we've had the governors and government officials sit down to hold a negotiation. Precious, what are they negotiating for? How can you negotiate with a terrorist? How can you negotiate with a bandit? I remember sometime, I think earlier this year, you had a guest, the former, I think it's the former DG of DSS, if I'm right.
Okay, yeah, yes.
Yes, there was something he said that I has not been able. I took so seriously. He said that there's a difference between a bandit and a terrorist, and that in the crossfire you should pray that you do not get kidnapped by a bandit. That if a terrorist kidnaps you, they have a code of conduct, which is if you pay your ransom, they will let you go. But that bandits most times will not let you go. They will collect the ransom and still kill you. So why would government sit down to negotiate with such people? And what are the terms of the negotiation? What are the terms of the agreement? Why is it not being made public? Why is it that when these meetings are being held, those people come with their arms, armed to the tooth, and do what they want to do, attend the meeting, and allow them to go back with their arms? Then after that, police will come out and tell you, we're looking for the bandits. The military will come out and say, we're looking for the bandits. What do you call them? Then DSS will come out and say, we're looking for the bandits. But yet, each time these people want to meet with the government officials of each of these states, they come. So it means that we're not being sincere to ourselves. Security-wise, we are not ready. Security-wise, the government is not ready to secure the lives and properties of the Nigerian people. The government is not ready to tackle this terrorism and this banditry head on. They're not. Because if you say they are, what kind of punishment do you give to those you have arrested? You know what is going on with the radicalization, the program of integration. Yes. You know what is going on with it. You capture people, you reintegrate them back into the society. Who does that? And you want to solve the problem of banditry. You cannot solve it.
All right. So the ADC has also blamed the Chief of Defense Staff for mentioning the fact that it is so bad, and that is why the Chief of Defense Staff is now calling on people to protect themselves. You know, over the weekend, on Friday when we were talking about it, I played a soundbite of where he said that people should learn combative skills so that maybe they just learn how to protect themselves for those fights. Now, part of waiting ADC don't cite, and waiting they use drag President Bola Tinubu now.
Precious, who want to go and learn combat skill? Hold on. Is it the man that has not eaten food? The man that is hungry? Is he the one going to learn combat skill? Do you know what it means to learn a combat skill? How many Nigerians are even doing normal, regular exercise? You need to be healthy. You need to eat. You need to have stamina to do such things. You know, so it's not just for him to come out and say you should have. Who is going to train them? It's people that have eaten, people that are not happy, that can be talking about that. So it's for me, these are the things that the government keeps saying, or those who represent the government keep saying, that gives people the impression that they're clueless. So when government officials come to talk, most times, you know, and they're talking from the point of their own interest, not from the point of, the suffering Nigerians that are out there. So I don't buy that. The DSS director had come out. Sorry, the DSS director had come out a few months back to say Nigerians should arm themselves.
Yes.
But in arming themselves, you know what that entails. You are caught with firearm, you get arrested. But a bandit gets caught with a firearm. What do? Oh, they begin to bring sentiment of religion, sentiment of ethnicity. So we need to be sincere and we need to be deliberate when it comes to fighting insecurity.
So, one of the reasons why these things use this scary at the level of, in fact, most of the things, the integrity, the way the thing they happen, even they're underreported. Just like yesterday, I don't know whether you see those videos where they make round, where people they talk about of Martins or say when they travel go, I think if it village around Auchi area, when he be say he meet a boss where kidnappers don't kidnap, collect the passengers them, kill the driver, and they were now, going forward, even though some people were scared and told them. In fact, according to Ram, he say even the army people themselves, with they around checkpoints around there, left the place. They left. They had to chase, and they had to even at least, I think, rescue the victim. I think the person, the driver that was shot, I don't know if he's alive or dead. Some stories has it that he's still receiving treatment and all that. So it's now that bad that people who live in those villages cannot travel successfully to and fro from their villages. And when would they talk this thing, it just they like saying I just film tricks. So how is it that the government has not deemed this so important that they say no, 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 we have to do something about this? Why it be like say they play kalu with people life if the thing they this serious? And this don't also hinder the way we be say people where they village where they farm, they bring in their farm produce to city to sell because they go their life to use bring in their products because of
Precious.
how risky
When Precious, as a mother or a father, when you live in deception, your children and your family will be in disarray. And the reason why Nigeria is the way it is today is that our leaders are living in lies and they're living in deception. They're not being honest and sincere to people. Let me tell you this for free. I have experienced it. So when I hear people say it now, I agree with them. The policemen, the military men you see at checkpoints, if anything happens in terms of armed robbery, kidnapping, they don't respond. They vanish. They don't respond. I'm a witness. I suffered it, was it 2 weeks, almost going to 2 weeks now. They disappear from the scene. They don't respond. And most times they'll tell you that the bandits or the terrorists you want them to go after have superior weapons than they do. And because of the fact that, the military and the police feel that they have no insurance, if they die, their families are forgotten, nothing is done to them, a country where we should be talking about how much do our policemen earn, how much do our soldiers earn. The government is not talking about that, but the government is talking about reviewing the salaries of president, senate president, vice president, honorable members. Is that not madness? How can you not take care of those you have employed to take care of your lives and property? You need to give them something that makes them feel, oh, we are putting our lives at stake. And they don't get bothered. I mean, you're talking about foodstuffs. You and I know that in the north, those states in the north, once you finish farming, go for harvest, these bandits will come out and put a tax on your head. And people are paying the tax in order to move the foodstuffs.
Zamfara people say that they pay daily. In fact, some communities of Zamfara don't talk about how much they pay.
And then the government will come out and tell you that these people are not paying. No, it's the insincerity in this government that is sickening. And to a large extent, I must say this, I think that there are people in government, there are politicians, and there are also businessmen who are benefiting from this security in the land. Because if they're not benefiting, this thing would have come to an end. But people are benefiting, and those who are benefiting are making sure that nothing works. It's unfortunate, but that is the truth. We live in a country where we are now afraid to travel, to move around. We're afraid. It shows you that there is total failure in governance, that the government is not ready and willing to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians. The only thing government has been interested in, since we celebrated the 2nd year anniversary of this administration, they have just been talking politics. How can you be truncating all over the world, asking people to come and invest? Also, as far as going to tell Nigerians in diaspora to come home and that Nigeria is rising again. How is Nigeria rising when there is insecurity in the land? Who would come to invest in a country where their lives are not secure? So rather than Mr. President to sit in Nigeria and find a solution to insecurity, he's all over the world running around looking for investors. I don't know which investor will come to invest in Nigeria. I don't know. Maybe the people coming are coming from the moon. But if it is the people who read daily posts on social media, who read newsprint, who listen to people, they will not come. They can make all the promises in this world, but they will not come. They're not sure of security. They're not sure of their investment. They're not sure of repatriating their funds. Come. Where does the Naira stand today in the Committee of Nations? Where do our Naira stand? Ordinary Sefa is above Nigeria, is above Naira. Ghana City is above Naira. So where do we stand? And somebody will open his mouth and tell you, oh, inflation has dropped to 24% and all of that. Meanwhile, the cost of food items are high. You can't even access the food items now. So the government is not addressing the issue holistically the way they should. And unfortunately, they're not listening.
So let's quickly get to Nnamdi Kanu's case before we get to your village in Imo State. So the leader of the people's Indigenous People of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has blown hot, or he blew hot, as he petitioned the Nigeria Bar Association. He don't go petition Nigeria Bar Association as in for prison. He did seek sanctions against 3 judges: Justice Binta Nyako, Justice Haruna Tsammani, and Justice Garba Lawal. You know why? He say they petitioned them for alleged cross-judicial misconduct. Now, Kanu, for inside very strongly worded petition, will be say he write personally, that he signed them by himself, and he make them available to news people today, Sunday, through in lawyers. I think one of the lawyers, who may see, he accused these 3 judges of miscarriage of justice in his trial. Say they miscarriage justice for his trial. According to him, the catalogs of alleged infractions by the trial against him now stand as an unerasable blot of Nigeria's legal conscience. And so he take talk. He said these 3 people said they don't do a lot of things. In fact, they tell NBA to punish or report condemning the use of civil procedure to subvert criminal law, and the resurrection of reappealed statutes affirm that no Nigerian should ever again be detained by abduction or tried under a repealed law, right? And and he also told Iran judges that they should hold Iran judges accountable. But unfortunately, the Nigerian Bar Association don't be too silent on judges where we say they go against the law, basically pointing out at the way we say they extrajudicially render them from Kenya, and the role where you see these judges play for the hearing of the case.
You see, let me say, just like we're saying we need a reform in our electoral law, we also need a reform in the judicial system. The judicial system has not lived up to expectation. The judicial system is not as robust as it should be. The judicial system is supposed to be free from the executive arm of government, but what you find out is that the judiciary too has become an appendage of the executive arm of government. So you find out that most times cases are dispensed with based on the body language of Mr. President, and this shouldn't be so. So petitioning the Nigerian Bar Association, I don't know what you expect them to do when the Judicial Council is there that is supposed to discipline erring judges, has not been doing anything. We have a new CGN who had promised us upon resumption of office that there was going to be a sweeping reform and the judiciary. Well, the reforms, we've not seen everything.
She said she know they condone. She been talk say she know they condone nonsense. So say they know her say she be no nonsense person.
Yeah, but what have we seen any reforms? I'm not seeing the reforms. The system needs to be reformed in such a way. Look, for instance, in the case in Bayelsa, in Rivers State, about the state of emergency. The case filed challenging that has not been looked into by the Supreme Court till date.
Till now, no.
But the Supreme Court has looked at other cases.
In fact, the Supreme Court even passed judgment for a case when no even day under them at that time. That is the one where talk about the authenticity of the.
So that is the problem. The problem is that the judiciary is compromised, badly compromised, and we need a reform. Without the reform, there's nothing NBA will do. There's nothing anybody will do.
And innocent citizens where they seek for justice go get to suffer for that.
They say justice is blind, Abi. But the Nigerian justice they see road. They see you, yes, they see road. They will look you, size you up, decide whether to give you judgment or not to to give you justice or not. So these are things we need to change, and we need to have a situation where if the Supreme Court is too busy, Supreme Court cases that has to do with the Constitution, interpretation of the Constitution, and a way of life of the people, it shouldn't take the Supreme Court maximum 2-3 weeks to dispense with. But you drag it. At the end of the day, you will now see that the case challenging the imposition of a state of emergency in Rivers, when it finally runs its full circle, the Supreme Court will throw it out, and they will tell you, events have overtaken it.
All right. Meanwhile,
but in saying that, people have been cheated. People have not gotten fair justice for themselves, and that's where the problem lies.
Talking about fair justice, it be like say for Southeast, it be like say a lot of people they suffer injustice as the rule of law and accountability advocacy center ROLAC they don't call for an end to arbitrary arrests, not the one arrests, intimidation, torture, and harassment of journalists, activists, students, and even citizens from inside different states. And they say these people they do are state actors and including non-state actors within the Southeast. Now, for inside the BCA program where BCA they hold, different people can't give testimonies of things and we don't happen to them. And as people go and give testimonies, in fact, there were mind-blowing complaints about how people, don't they affected by this kind of things. In fact, RULAC don't express concern over the high-handedness of police, especially, and other security agencies, including army, including the detention of suspects for non-designated facilities such as local government secretariats and vigilante offices. Now, they detain people, and if you feel lost there for a long time, they no go see you. They don't ask say there is also the misuse of Cyber Crimes Act and other ambiguous laws to stifle online oppression, which of course don't they grow now, don't they put a lot of fear for people. Small thing where you go do now, they don't come back you, say police don't come find you, say then they go use law, use hold you. Now, mob justice and vigilante abuses leading to extrajudicial killings such as the Orata incident in Imo State, where villages or a village youth tortured a 20-year-old boy to death over releasing power bank. They say they're concerned over all these issues, especially because it did like say hard now for people for Imo State and other parts of the East to complain about insecurity and things really happen for them without being attacked by the government or by state actors. I've been knowing every person here we don't talk, say there's a little bit of gagging of there's gagging of journalists in the states. But I've been known to say you don't reach to this level, especially for your state.
The truth of it is that when you talk about the Southeast, I think Imo State is worst off. Don't forget that the problem between the journalists, the media, so to say, and Imo State started when number 4 became number 1, and when people started calling Hope Uzodinma Supreme Court governor before his second tenure. So because of that, he deployed all the resources of the state to ensure that he suppressed the voice of the people and the voice of the press. And in doing that, he also instituted his own internal security and started going about arresting people arbitrarily and locking them up. So yes, there's a lot of injustice in Imo State, a lot, to the point that there's a guy who's a regular guest on Sopa. He will tell you he has suffered severally.
He was here,
because he has come out to speak against the high-headedness of the state government and in dealing with issues. So when you condemn or when you criticize the governor, he comes after you. And like I said, lawlessness is a problem in Nigeria. The institutions that are not working because the governors are not allowing the institutions to work. The governors are not allowing people to hold them accountable. And the reason why the governors are making it difficult for anybody to hold them accountable is because the governors feel that you did not elect them. They feel that their money gave them that power, or that they bought the vote from you to become your governor. So how will you hold them accountable? So why everybody saying, "Oh, we want this thing to stop"? The people must also know that they have a role to play, and I keep saying it. You as an individual, your vote counts. You can't go and sell your vote for 10,000 and expect to ask the man to come and give you account a stewardship of 1 million or 2 million naira. Are you sure you're normal, or you have taken something that nobody's aware of? Until the Nigerian people stop collecting money from politicians, until the Nigerian people stop selling their votes, until the Nigerian people realize that power belongs to them, this madness, this mediocrity will continue. And unfortunately, the mainstream media has gone quiet. They've gone quiet. It looks like it's the highest bidder that takes it down. They've gone quiet. Issues they should report, issues they should bring to the forefront, they're not bringing it. You talk about killings, you talk about kidnappings. If not for social media, we will not hear a lot of these things. And that is why you now have this cybercrime law, because they want to also ensure that the social media does not provide information to the people.
Absolutely. I was going to say that because if
they want to hold the people down, social media, that the people are uninformed, the only information you will get is the one given to you by government. But it doesn't work that way. It's a height of cluelessness. It is a height of stupidity. It is a height of bad governance. And until people begin to speak out, people begin to say the truth, people begin to say, look, we don't want your 1,000 naira. We don't want your 5,000 naira. We don't want your rights. We just want to ensure that we vote and our vote counts, and that the people we have voted for are accountable to us. And if anybody said, we need an electoral reform, we need a judicial reform, we also need to reform our governance. But who is going to bail the cat? The political parties who are in opposition that should be in the forefront are busy. They are fighting for their own lives. They're fighting to survive. Is it ADC? Is it Labour Party? Is it PDP? Is it SDP? They are being decimated every day. They've been decimated internally, even by their own members. And then you ask the question, why would somebody in PDP be fighting PDP? Why would you be in PDP and be working for the opposition? So these are the issues. It simply shows you that those who are governing this country, they're not thinking about who you are, what you are. It's about themselves. See, this afternoon I had a show on radio, and somebody gave an instance. He said, look, keep complaining, oh, this. He said, when government came and said subsidy is gone, and said immediately the price of petrol went up. Now the price of petrol is fluctuating between 870 to 950. So everybody knows. So if you have 5 cars and you want to travel with your 5 cars and put them on the road, you go to a filling station where they sell 870. Buy it. There's no argument. And the man is saying, okay, if we can achieve this, why are we not able to achieve this in an electoral process? Why are we not able to say these conditions must be met? 1, for you to contest for an election. 2, for the voters must meet these conditions. 3, things must work in certain ways. And there must be punishment for those who try to undermine the system. But we're not having all of that. So what we have is just people who are greedy and selfish, holding on to power, thinking of themselves alone. So if we want to have a country that works, Precious, it's simple. It is a very simple thing to do. Let the rule of law prevail.
How that will prevail, we do not know. But then let's quickly move on. Since you mentioned a few things in politics, and there are a few things I want us to touch on. First of all, I be once we could talk about Akwa Ibom issue, because governor, for Akwa Ibom State don't talk about the young lady incident. They talk say all of them Akwa Ibom people say make them support the 2 of them, make them no let the 2 of them. The Akwa Ibom air is their own pride, and the lady in question is their daughter. So he has said that they will encourage both the girl and the airline so that they would grow. That's a statement. That's the only public statement he's made since that incident. That's what he said so far. But then the NDLEA don't they cry so much these days about the activities of dispatch.
Precious, before you go to NDLEA, sorry. I've always told you that you cannot have peace devoid of justice. And any peace you have that is devoid of justice is peace of the graveyard. I'm so disappointed with the federal government and the Akwa Ibom state government. A young lady was practically, you know, abused in public. And all you're saying is that, oh, you want to support her, you want to support the airline. The airline has not taken responsibility. The staffs of the airline have not taken responsibility for their actions. They have not tendered an apology to this lady. So where do you want the healing to start from? So you can see that now we're in the north, we're dealing with bandits, Boko Haram, their integration and reabsorption. We're also dealing with that in the south. In the south, nobody apologizes to you for doing wrong to you. They just placate it. Is this what the governor should be saying? We want to know who is at fault. Asking for who is at fault is not because of anything, but so that this thing does not repeat itself tomorrow. We want to know why was it that the lady who is the air hostess, why did she refuse? Excuse me. Why did she refuse the lady from disembarking from the aircraft? You need to know what transpired. So when you say there's peace, and the peace is devoid of justice, it is peace of the graveyard.
Okay. So now going to NDLEA and fake drugs and fake creams in the market. People don't they cry, say fake medication full for inside. In fact, for Bayelsa State, they say it's like the raining thing now for fake drugs to full everywhere. They are now warning that people should be careful about the drugs they buy to drink and the cosmetics they use because there are lots of fake products in the market. And the NDLEA too don't they cry out about how dispatch riders them don't they destroy things, especially for Abuja and other cities them. Say they now carry skunk, all these illicit items now. Say the rate at which it is happening is too much. I beg, no vexer. Why is this on the increase at this point? I've been a hardship they lead to this kind of thing.
When people when there is poverty and there is hunger, people begin to look for something that will take their mind off their sorrows. So what you have happening with the high rate of drug consumption and all of this in Nigeria is because it's the only place where people find solace now. But unfortunately, when you take those drugs, your worries don't disappear. Your worries are still there. It still hits you. Now, saying that dispatch riders are the question is, it's not even about the dispatch riders. If NAFDAC has identified that dispatch riders are doing, why don't you arrest the dispatch riders to get to the source? The dispatch riders are just the courier. So who are behind this?
They may not know what they are carrying, really.
No, it's not a matter of they may not know, but they are taking this package from somebody. Somebody has ordered for. It's like you are ordering for an Uber or ordering for a Taxify or
Yes.
ordering. So you are the source. You that you have ordered. So if you order an Uber and it takes something and whatever it takes is carrying. For instance, if you order an Uber and you have a bag, you tell the Uber driver, drop this bag, and along the line the police stops the car and searches it and see arms in it. Who would they come for? It's the person that ordered the ride. Because as you're ordering the ride, your picture, everything shows. So sometimes I don't know how these agencies operate. You come and gaslight everybody. You know the right thing to do. Arrest them and let them produce those who have ordered for or who have given them the items to distribute. They just don't go to the street and pick the skunk and illicit drugs and all of that. They don't pick it. Somebody gives it to them. So there must be a seller and a consumer. So the dispatch people are acting as the middleman. So if you arrest them, you will get to who gave it to them, and you get to who they're giving it to.
So
talking about the infiltration of counterfeit drugs, medications in the country. It's also part of the problem we're talking about, poverty. Today, Nigeria is going through multidimensional poverty. See, most times, what I've observed is that sometimes if you go to see a doctor, he prescribes drugs for you. A lot of people don't have money to buy that which the doctor has prescribed. And then they begin to seek for an alternative. And those who are in business of importation of drugs, they know that these people cannot afford a drug of 10,000, 20,000. So what do? They go and bring a lower quality of the drug and flood the market. And that is a very, very sad one. I mean, it cuts across the customs, it cuts across the NDLA. It means that somebody is not doing what they're supposed to do, to check. I'm happy that in the last few months, a lot of seizures have been made by the Nigerian customs, which they have also handed over to the NDLA. But also, I've also been hearing people say that most of the drugs handed over to NAFDAC, and then most of the medications handed over to NAFDAC, they end up it finds its way back into the market. How? I don't know, but that's what people say.
Wow.
So we also need to put, like I keep saying, we must have penalty for offenses. And until we begin to do that, these things you and I are talking about continue to persist.
Wow. Because as this is happening now, so they get increase for other most diseases like kidney and liver diseases. So because of these things,
Yes, because you end up taking something that does not agree to your system, that does not dissolve,
just like
that
Charles
will
said,
profit
take
your
care
life.
too. Yes,
And we're talking about drugs. Nobody's talking about the agbo or the native concussion people take, which is what people have, a lot of people have reverted to today. Yes, those concussions, maybe they're not too, nobody will say they are bad, but it's not measured. It's not measured. You just see somebody carrying a bottle, you have all manner of herbs inside, and then, some add water, some add alcohol, they'll tell you to drink. Nobody has been able to say, if you take 1 spoon, this is what that 1 spoon will do for you. It's like people who are on hypertensive drugs. They know that they must take a tablet every morning. And they know that that tablet will carry them for 24 hours. So anybody that is on hypertensive drugs will not go about taking 2 tablets at the same time. So that is the problem with the same local herbs that people use. Don't say take 3 spoons 3 times daily, but nobody's telling you the content in that spoon. So when we talk about this whole thing about bad medication in the system, it boils down to the fact that somebody somewhere is not doing due diligence, is not doing what he's employed to do, is not taking responsibility.
Now, Prince Francis Chilakas, as he talk like this, so our brothers and sisters for Nigeria, where they South Africa, they don't even see Igbo take at all. Oh. Because I don't know if you're aware, there's been this complaint and there's been agitation, and I would like people to come in from South Africa. Please kindly do call in if you know more about this. So there's been complaint about South Africans chasing away foreigners from hospitals. They need to let foreigners get access to medical care, and it's growing. So Nigerians living in South Africa now are crying that they are dying in their numbers because of this. Waiting happened to the bilateral relationship between Nigeria and South Africa, and why can't our leaders come in to ensure that their people are treated like humans?
Well, I've seen several videos on this. It is very, very sad. It is very shameful that Africa has continued to fight itself. Africa, the black man keeps fighting itself, but if it's a white man, they treat them as a god, and that's a very bad sign. That's a very shameful thing to do. Um, I really feel for foreigners who are in South Africa that are being treated less than human beings, that are being chased out of hospitals, pregnant women, children. Well, these are private hospitals, these are public hospitals. So what it means is that the public hospital in South Africa is working so well for people to be patronizing it, especially non-South Africans. It means that system is working. If our system was working in Nigeria, precious, If our medical sector was working so well, if productivity was going on, if good governance was going on, if development was going on, if infrastructure was going on, how many Nigerians do you think will go to South Africa? So that is the point. And then I keep asking your leaders, your leaders, they go abroad, they see the beauty of these countries they go to. Why are they not replicating the same thing in Nigeria? Why are they not doing it?
So this young men operation Dudula, they go different hospitals and they make sure say they check. Once you dey hospital bed, you know be South African, oh yeah, get out. Now so and people are just dying. And
So
again, do we say
they,
that the South African government's inability to handle their people also make them culpable in this? Or complicate?
well, you see, you need to understand that Nigeria is still evolving when it comes to democracy. South Africa, I believe, has gone far ahead of us. Because South Africa is a country where the will of the people prevails. And you know that South Africa became an independent country out of apartheid and the fact that it's been always, the Zulus against the, what's the other, against the whites. It's always ANC against the whites. So the hatred, the apathy has always been there. But I find it very, very funny that they're not taking it out on non-South Africans. And the government can't really do. The government is rather asking them to take up the matter legally. Those who are agitating for that should go and contest election and win an election and go into the whether House of Rep or whatever to be able to challenge it. So you find out that it's something that I've read a lot of reports on it, but I must say that I think the government of South Africa is complicit in this. I think they're just playing the ostrich here. I think
All
that
right,
they're
sir.
behind it in some way.
All right, sir. Before I let you go, I get callers say they calling, but before I let you go, I know some people go on talk for inside this matter. Very quickly, I don't know what I don't notice the drama where they go on for Benue State with the speaker of Benue State resigning. Right now, they don't swear in new person. So they get a lot of drama where they go in there. But beyond that, at the make I just quickly tell you, I don't know if you remember at the time when the CBN gave loan to Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) for metering, right? And that's a loan of about 59 billion naira. So far, we never know what they use the money do. So House of Rep don't they query them now on what they carry that money do. How far it is say this thing will go? Considering say the
Precious,
same National Assembly
precious,
be like find out with him
precious,
evaluate that
please.
means
There are,
do
there
or
are
never.
certain things when you want us to talk about it, you know that you cannot get an answer to it. You cannot find a solution to it. You have not a National Assembly you have. They only try to probe when they are broke, and they want to hit at um, the ministries or the parastatals that they have an oversight function over. And once they get what they want, they forget the probe. This is not the first time we're hearing about probe. What is happening to the probe of NNPC? What have they told us up to today? Nobody has said anything to us. So for me, I don't know why people keep believing in this 10th assembly. I don't believe in any one of them. I don't, honestly speaking. They are not there for the interest of the people. They are solely there for their own interest. So this inquisition or whatever they are doing will not see the light of day, because at the end of the day, uh, money will change hand and the matter will die a natural death.
Wow. All right. Hello. Good evening, Charles. Welcome. This is Mr. Charles, right?
Good. Precious, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm cool. I'm in Nigeria.
All right.
You know, I'm in South Africa, but I'm in Nigeria now.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, Precious, when you have 10 children, you budget children, isn't it?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, but your network is a
Hello?
bit bad. Go ahead, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
when you have 10 children, you make your budget for 10 children.
Yes.
See, South Africa budget is overstretched for.
Wait. I missed a bit of what you said. You said South Africa's budget is overstretched for foreigners.
Budget for health is overstretched.
Oh, okay.
For foreigners. Let me be honest with you. Yes. See, things like dialysis, all of health hazard, they are free in South Africa. Even chemotherapy, they are in public institutions.
Oh wow, chemotherapy and all that are
Even
free.
when you come to
That's awesome.
yeah, it's free. Yeah, they're free. Yeah.
Something that Nigerians are paying through their nose here. Nigerians are paying through their nose here for those things.
God bless you. Yes. We don't have it. That's the honest truth.
Your line is breaking up. I wish I can hear you better.
Oh, it's breaking up.
Yeah, it's breaking. Your line is not very clear. I would really love to hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's breaking. I know it's Nigeria. MTN has been a mess for a long time.
Sorry.
You know, so the problem is all public health sicknesses in South Africa, they are free, regardless of where from. That's why I see people from Zimbabwe, people from Angola, people from Swaziland, they all flock to South Africa for public health care. Yeah. So it's high time as President, let our government wake up. Let them do this free for Nigerians and equip our hospitals. Precious, let me be honest to you. Public hospital and private hospitals in South Africa, you can't see the difference. I'm telling you.
Are you serious?
Public hospital and private hospital, I'm telling you. I've been there for more than 30
South
years.
Africa, where we help fight apartheid the other day, will not be say.
Okay. Precious, they are far better than during apartheid. Forget that. They are far better in the apartheid era. I'm telling you. Come on, build South Africa and see if they're going to live in South Africa again. Let me be honest with you. So, we are stretched and we are giving them problem in their heads. We must call a spade a spade. It's high time our government must sit down and put this in order in our country. Nothing like who. I'm in Nigeria now. I'm even afraid to fall sick.
You better don't, please. Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, that's why I'm hiding from mosquito. I'm hiding from malaria. I'm hiding from everything here. You know? Africa, everything is free. They practice welfareism in South Africa. 100% welfareism. Welfare is. So when the people are in the system, when they speak, they know what they're talking about. They know where their taxpayers' money are going to. This Operation Tutula you're talking about is championed by Patriotic Alliance, a new party in South Africa. So they are fighting for their rights. Although it's not in all parts of South Africa, it's only very seen in Johannesburg and KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, all those areas.
Okay.
But I'm assuring you, it will spread all over.
But is that even fair to? Is that fair to foreigners that are living there legitimately and contributing to the success of their country legitimately? Is that fair to them that they should not receive medical care? So if they work for your country, they contribute to your country. So when I sick, make I not get treatment. That's the question.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair to them. You know, it's not fair to them on all because maybe they have been overstretched. They will address that issue very well because it's not them. Because majority of people in South Africa are not documented. Let me be honest to you. It's, you know, but I believe with Operation Tutula, I don't like it anyway because poverty is created by man-made. It's man-made. This is man-made. It's not God's plan. You know, this man-made.
So are they also besieging private healthcare systems, or they're just in public sectors? They're just going to public hospitals. They're not going to private hospitals.
No, it's public. Only public. No, they don't. It's public. It's public. Private, you can go to private and get your medication and pay. It's public. Public healthcare is free of charge, precious, even up to 3 square meters a day in their hospital. Good food, precious.
Thank you so much, Mr. Charles.
So we should learn. We are suffering this country.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, my dear precious. It's very painful. God bless you.
Prince Francis Chilaka, come and hear your country people. You don't hear what Mr. Charles tell us about what happened for inside South Africa. This is really very, very sad. If South Africa can get their acts together and they provide at least good welfare for their people. Waiting then get when Nigerians don't get. I know say the first thing we go talk, we go say that our population too much because of our population. But then again, the kind of resources what we get, and the population supposed to be blessing, because this population are manpower. So how come we not fit to use this population to our own benefit? What is going on? That South Africa, is it because I don't want to talk say because of say the economy they're in the hands of the whites. Now you make so is it that is something wrong with us as blacks? I don't know. Sometimes it's very annoying to think about these things. Let me get your reaction, sir.
You talked about whether there is something wrong with us as blacks and all of that. Yes, a lot is wrong with us. We're greedy, we're selfish, we're wicked. We're too self-centered, and we don't think about the other person. We don't think outside the box. We just think within the box. The truth is that for me, it's a lot of things that are happening around the world. It should be a pointer to those in government to realize that they need to start doing something to secure the country. They need to start doing something to make the country become a place for people to live in. It's so shameful that Nigerians, you have Nigerian leaders who cannot do anything good, who cannot help the people, who cannot develop the country. Precious, you drive from Lagos to the east, you will shed tears. And yet, every now and then, they are voting billions and billions and billions. The scam with the discourse and whatever you call them is something we have not been able to unveil. There is massive corruption in every sector in this country. Is it the police? Is it the army? Is it the Air Force? Is it the Navy? Is it the judiciary? Is it the legislative? Is it the executive? Is it governors? Is it ministers? To ordinary clerks in offices. There's so much corruption. Coupled with the fact that you have a system that does not punish. I don't know how painful it is to you, but I feel so pained that a former governor, Yaya Bello, gathered members of the State House of Assembly and was pulling his ear, talking like a headmaster. I was talking to his pupils, telling them what to do. And you come to tell me that we have sent people ruling this country. A man that has been accused of embezzling state funds, a man that should be behind the bars, is parading himself and giving instructions to people who have been duly elected by the people. So what it means is that those people were not elected, they were selected. So there's so much wrong in this country, so much wrong. A lot of Nigerians would not have left this country today if things were working. In one breath, your president is asking Nigerians in the diaspora to come back. To come back to what? Is it to come back to the taxation at hand? To come back to the insecurity? To come back to the poverty? To come back to the hunger? To come back to the system that is not working? What are they coming back to? Because we have failed to ask, why did they japa in the first place? A lot of people japa, maybe not because they want to get employed, but because of the fact that there are social benefits out there. What is the social contract between the Nigerian people and the government? What is the social contract? Is it health? Nigeria has become a country where you fall sick, you just find yourself in the hands of God. You just resign to fate. Yeah, these are doctors, the doctors that your Nigerian leaders run to go and meet in UK, meet in US, meet in France, meet in Germany, are Nigerians. But here the doctors are not qualified to look after them.
But another thing is that a lot of governors say they built world-class hospitals. Like Apapi built a world-class hospital.
So why did Apapi go to London?
They come. Okay, sir.
Why did you go to London? Why is it that Mr. President is not taking treatment from Aso Rock Clinic? Is see there's so much propaganda going on. And because of that is why when they make all this propaganda, small signals that comes for them to prove themselves, you just see them like the way they are, don't they? Precious, I beg.
So I know. So make one more thing to you, I beg. Just help me watch this video now. The governor of Ekiti State waiting in talk. Make I just report this one to you. Now yesterday.
We need to seize the social media space. You know, it's not that they are winning the battle, but some of even my political appointees, because they are eating from both sides, they cannot even come out and defend the government. I'm telling you, very few of them, they will be on platform where they are attacking us and they will keep mute. They won't be able to talk, and they are collecting salaries every month. Listen, please. I'm marking them one by one. I'm not going to talk now, but be rest assured, both those of you that are on platform where they are dragging us and you kept quiet and we are collecting money from this administration, we will come back to you at the appropriate time.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. I say make a report giving.
You know, see a governor talking like a dictator. When the people that are working for you do not believe in you, when they don't believe in your policies, how would you want them to defend it? That is why Kenneth Okonkwo will say that anyone that tries to defend APC would be likened to a madman. Because what are you going to defend? Are you going to defend the hunger in the land? Are you going to defend the poverty? Are you going to defend the fact that people are losing their jobs every day? Are you going to defend the fact that dollar is now 1,500 plus? Are you going to defend the fact that petrol keeps going from 800 to 900 or 1,000? Are you going to defend the fact that parents cannot send their children to school because they are unable to pay school fees? So what is it that you're going to defend? Are you going to defend the fact that, year in, year out, you have nothing to show as a leader that has improved on the lives of the people? And you want the people to defend you? See the kind of person you have as a governor. All he's looking for is people that will defend him. Do the right thing, and the people will defend you, not those you employ to work with you.
All right, thank you, sir. I don't know whether make I leave you, Abi, make I leave you, may you go, make I continue to take my calls. Let me let you go, sir. I know you can't wait to go. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, all right, Nigerian phone lines are still open. Let's continue to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversations we've had tonight. You can call the WhatsApp line 08170 0817. Yeah. Okay. The WhatsApp number 081702940077. It's open for you to call, or you just follow the link that is by the pin post, and then it will direct you straight into the studio to join the conversation in the studio. I have OC. OC, are you ready to talk? OC, good evening.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah, it's over. Yeah. Every time I see OC, I'm always confused. Oh, you're welcome.
Maybe next time I will change them for your
I
sake.
beg. I just know. Welcome.
Okay.
How are you?
Thank you, precious. I do. Your face they shine today. I not see your shoe, but your face they shine.
My shoe, no shoe.
You not show.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank
How
you.
about you? I am smart to talk now.
I know, right? So, it's I want to talk now. Response to the question, say when you talk about when
Your network. But you know the Nigerian now. You know they use MTN now. What is going on? What is going on? I don't like it when I have this network issue. What is it? You can try to call the WhatsApp line. Let's see if it will be better. Ouch, so bad. I don't like it when we have this network issues at all. All right, okay. Hello. Wait, did my village people follow me to this place? Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Oh dear. Oops. Wow. Please try to get back to us, please. I would really love to hear from you. I beg, no vex. Okay. Okay, all right. I wanted to talk about this, but I'm just avoiding to talk about it. That's the Oni of Ife and his Sunday Buhu's issue. Hello, good evening. Omoye, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. Anyway, connection. So
Uh, here we go again. Here we go again. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't hear you. Ouch, 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 ouch. So, just to bring this conversation to the fore, just very, very, very briefly. So Oni of Ife and Sunday Buhu, met, and so he's asked Oni of Ife to beg the president to remove him from wanted list. I'm going to tell you more about that. Hello, good evening. Is this Omoye?
Yes, this is she.
Okay, all right.
Hello.
Well done.
Yes.
You're not using
The
Nigerian
connection
network now.
is-
What's happen now? What is it? Is it my own network? So sorry.
I think no, it's the StreamYard has. I know StreamYard does that. So
Yeah,
now
you
the
require
app-
very
yeah.
high network to be able to access them.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't for most people around here. I don't know why. But anyway,
Oh, wow. Okay.
so
Go ahead.
the reason why is because the good people weren't supposed to lead us. They're not the good allowed them come in. Example now, waiting happened last election 2023. We have a lot of great people in Nigeria that are leaders. I know a lot growing up. Do you understand? So those people are not given the opportunity, and they are not as balkanized. They are not as corrupt as this set of people. So they're not. A lot of them don't want to be part of the corruption. So what do? Because they don't want to be part of the corruption, they just sit in the corner until we have the structures in place. Until the right people come in, when we don't get where we go. That's just the truth. Because what we'll end up having is a rotation of the same corrupt people over and over again. So I kind of disagree with the fact that, now because we go to this South Africa, not because of that. You have to understand, you go to this South Africa, now majority of the resources in their hands today. Is that what we want as Nigerians? We have the right leaders. We have to recognize that the people that are not allowing the right leaders to emerge in Nigeria are the same people. And also the rat when they buy house. They go just find some of the most corrupt, most compromised people, and they look out for them amongst us, give them trickles, right? Tell them, say, no worry, we will cover you. Anything what you do, we do your back. So now the people, when people they talk say like 2027 election are the people against APC, not be lie. Now the people themselves need to demand. Also when they talk now, okay, electoral reform, where the opposition to talk about it and put pressure. Yes, okay, everybody's saying, no, they're not going to give us but if we put enough pressure on them, they will not have a choice. And with the people making sure that their votes count. Now we go get Nigeria out of this problem where it's not going to remove itself. We have corrupt officials from the labor union, to your judiciary, to the police, to the military, to the government. Everyone is in the pocket of one man. And they are all greedy. They are all compromised. The politician has something on each and every one of them. We saw the video of this man from Kogi pulling his ear to adults, telling them anything Ododo tells you, do.
Anything. Emphasis on anything.
Anything. In a normal society, is that supposed to be happening? Where are the people in Kogi State that say, no, enough is enough? If everyone can rise up the same way VDM is rising up, I'm telling you, Nigeria will change. These people are afraid. Come on, labor union when they were threatening to protest the other day, all of them started to run. Airport full for Nigeria. We are not serious. If we are serious, we know what to do. All this pity party, we are saying, oh, this is happening today, tomorrow, another thing is happening. It's not going to stop happening because you have a government who is not there for you. They are not there to serve your interests and my interests. They are there to serve their employers' interests. Until we get that as a people, we cannot move forward. It's going to require all of us, all hands on deck. If we not collect this country 2027, won't team long.
That's it, though. That's all I have to say. I beg. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Precious.
so much, Omoye. I appreciate you. Thank you. I wish I would want to say more, but honestly, sometimes it's tiring to talk about Nigerian issues.
It is.
I don't know how I would open our heads in Nigeria or open the heads and minds of as many people as possible to put some wisdom inside us so that we know that it is our responsibility to fight for the country we deserve. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I started this platform because I thought I would be creating awareness, but I don't think this awareness is enough. So I don't know what to do. I just wish there's something we can do to open the minds of people, make them know, say, our destiny in our hand today. And the more we they waste time to collect our destiny, now the more we things go they go bad. I don't know. I don't know what we can do, really.
You're doing just what you need to do, Precious. You cannot do more than this. Well, like, if there's more for you to do, you will know and you will do it because you're not going to waste time, right? But what this knowledge you bring to the people, trust me, it is trickling down. Don't get discouraged. Don't think that what you're saying and what you're doing here is not having an impact. It is. It is. You're not going to see it because where your line of what's it called? Your circle of influence doesn't reach that far and wide, right? So you're not going to know how much people are listening to you and paying attention. Trust me, they are listening, right? Okay, look at what happened in Warri now. There were security people fighting. In my mind, I'm like, those young people, instead of them to channel that energy to the politicians that are causing the problem while they are fighting, instead they are turning on each other.
I'm telling you. A set of people set on up against on ourselves. On the fight on ourselves. I'm tired. It's crazy.
My sister, I understand.
It's crazy. Wow.
You used to tire. It is for you to tire, but when you tire like that, take a break. You will understand. Because I do too. Take a break because Nigeria matter not the end. But we must continue this education. We cannot give up. They say that clap, they say the entire dance. Now your clap is this. When that dance will start, you and I we will see it, and we will see that new Nigeria. That I am confident about. We have to keep pushing and educating. Did you ever think that there will come a time when Nigerians all over the world are talking about the politics in Nigeria? I never thought that would happen. I myself wasn't even.
I thought we were all uninterested in politics to pay attention to that. But I'm glad that I see the awareness.
But what's happening now?
Yeah.
Exactly. There's been an improvement. So you cannot say that what you are doing, what everybody is doing in their own little way is not it is. You don't know who's listening to you that would never comment, that would never call in. You never know. You'll be surprised. There'll be people who listen to you and get some wisdom and say, you know what, it's time for us to wake up. I'm telling you, if every young person can imbibe the spirit of VDM, Nigeria will change. I'm telling you. My sister, we continue. And Luther continue. We continue to sing this song and be clapping until the real dance starts. Don't be discouraged, my sister. We there when we fight this thing together.
Thank you very so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, bye. Oops. Okay. Thank you so much, Omoye. This is really very refreshing to hear from you. T.Y. Danjuma, good evening. T.Y. Danjuma.
Good evening. Good evening, Precious.
Good evening, welcome.
How you doing?
I did fine. How yourself?
Who they beat you there when you say you don't tire?
My dear brother, I don't understand. Don't worry. All things equal before the end of this year, I will give one a gist. I get plenty gist to give. I want to know where I get to tire sometimes. Plenty gist. Things will happen behind the scene.
Now you they laugh my friend yesterday. Say make you see how difficult it is to do the work.
Mr. Mop, where are you?
When did they take the job?
What assignments will give Mop week?
When did they volunteer to do the job? I just laugh. Say my brother never know. He never know. So now the same thing. You never start, you don't tire. You don't see the thing of a small thing. You can't be tired because that is what they want us to do. That they want to tire people out. That's the plan. Tire you out so that you now leave the race for them. But how can we get tired? We just have to keep on plodding on, harassing them. No one puts his hands on the plow and looks back. So not tired. You go plant a seed today and you reap them today. It will take time to germinate and grow, and then the joy, will get fruit. So it's time. So what you're doing is just sowing the seed. We go help you water them, but in due season. You defect. You think what you are saying is not people are not hearing, it's not touching people. People are not being encouraged. That there's someone who is taking her time, her life, her resources, just for the country. Not. I mean, there are better things for you to do than this one now, where you go make money. Go through all this hassle. So don't be discouraged. Like come on, you say.
No, this one they give money. Like who tell you say this one they give money? This
No,
one
I tell you, I said. Now they tell you, I say there are better things for you to do now than this one now. So that's what I'm saying. So how you go tire because you're not doing it because of money, at least for now. So you just have to keep on tiring. You go to talk, you be like, see, people know they hear. But they are hearing, they are listening. And like I said, that's part of the strategy. They make put all the obstacles on the way. Make person make you say, okay, I give up. But we're not going to give up until the country turns around. I don't know whether you see a video where they trend, about
Guy,
Charlie.
Olusegun Obasanjo. Okay,
No,
Olusegun.
Charlie on
Charlie.
where they say his security men they try to prevent.
Okay, your one bar for Abina. Wait till they call him. Not be me, oh. Because then they carry your man, they call those things. When they ask me to interpret video, I beg go.
Na Charlie one bar for the talk. I don't mention anybody name. Like
Alright,
if you know, you know.
what did he do this time?
No, they say, this honorable Bernard Udemezue, where they represent Anyamelu constituency for Anambra State House of Assembly. He won't go see in village chief, in town chief, because of this celebration of New Yam Festival. And so they say the governor's security prevented him. In fact, it was almost like a fisticuff, physically preventing him, stopping him from going to see his chief greet him, over the ceremony celebration. And they say, what is the reason? Because he has said a few things against the leadership of the state government. So the like say they don't target them. Say, okay, we go show you pepper, we come back again and so on and so forth. So but the point I'm saying is that
Power in Africa to use it against ourselves.
yes, you see, so this thing that again the impunity where would they talk, and this fit even degenerate into, if it wasn't that it was well handled, if it degenerate into conflict, and then innocent people will come and join in the celebration, go they harmed and go. So there's this impunity. Even the painful thing where they see, say, if you look at INEC for instance, we don't try people will be lawyers. If in those days where we don't move from FEDECO to all kinds of things, we try people will get a legal, with the judiciary and so on and so forth. Now we they try professors, thinking that these are people from the ivory tower. They have some modicum of decency and gone through training and respect, and And I think this is the worst that we're seeing, because I don't know, say, there will be any electoral body chairman for Nigeria we go do worse than you. I think say na Iwu na go be the worst we don't see. But this manhood where would they see so? Hey, that one I don't know. Because every day you would think that there's going to be some improvement, even with technology and all the money that they have been given and all the training and retraining. Every election, you don't see a progress towards making things better. You see, we're degenerating, we're retrogressing, we're going back. It's like taking, 2 steps forward and then 3 steps backwards. So it's sad. And you look at the politics being overheated. Look, you just talked about Urubo and the Shekiri conflict. And basically, you see youths, they see people shooting, you see people were injured and so on and so forth. Over what? This is something that has been there over the years. Politicians whip it up, and they've been trying to patch it up. Burubo elders, Ishekiri elders have tried, to pacify people, to make sure that the real issues, no longer continue to present a problem between them. But it's on, and you never hear the job people, joining them to do this nonsense. And yet, that place called Warri is made up of both Ishekiri, Urobo, and the Izon, the three ethnic groups. Why is there this conflict between the Shekiri and the Urobo? Every time, and yet you can hardly find an Ishekiri person who will get Urobo blood, and vice versa. I know they hear you. You are muted.
Sorry, apologies. I said, did you leave Isoko out of this? Because there is Isoko, there is Ishekiri, there is Urobo, there is Ijo. So it's not just about Urobo.
No, but within Warri, within that
Warri, Isoko follow for the Warri. Isoko there within the Warri there too. That's what I'm telling you. The Isoko people are also there within the Warri there too.
They cause the problem.
No, I'm not saying that they cause the problem. I say all of them live in unity.
They there.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you be imagining why everywhere you look, you look to the north, conflict. You look to the southeast, conflict. You look to the south conflict. You look to the middle belt, conflict. It's all conflict everywhere, and there's no place where you could say right now that you don't have some sort of conflict, whether sectarian, whether religious, whether terrorism, banditry, and so on and so forth. So, I don't. So, how are we going to move forward? How are we going to begin to address these issues? What are the religious leaders doing? What are the politicians themselves doing, except collecting money? They're supposed to, face their constituencies. They're collecting money and all those things. They're supposed to be involved in peacemaking, in intergroup relations. You don't see all that, And so I think that we have, beyond all this politicking, what would they do? What would they electoral this and electoral that and politics and so on, even amongst the people, there's so much tension. If it's not religion, it's ethnicity. If it's not, it is politics. If it is not, it's money issues around money, banditry, terrorism, and all kinds of things. So it's all a very complex situation. I don't know how we go handle it. If it's not that, it's impunity by our leaders. So you don't see the state, you don't see the country, you don't see a nation. So tell me how we go now move forward if all we're doing is to focus on bickering, bad news, killing, the destruction, stealing, impunity.
Have you seen that statement by Olusegun Obasanjo lately? The statement he made lately, recently.
Yeah, I just saw the headline, but I didn't go through it. Look at that man at his age. He's supposed to be resting, but he's been very active. You can criticize him and say whatever you like about him, but he's also been, he's not the perfect person, but you can see he's one leader that has been so vocal and is talking and preaching and pointing us to a direction. Yes, he was not perfect during his reign, but maybe he has learned.
Being perfect, I feel like he's the one that brought us where we are today because
he's part of it.
Yes, so I mean,
it's part of it.
Where we are
but
because
but maybe
we'll get every opportunity to set a right precedent. To put
amongst all our leaders lately, I think starting from that demo, because he started it, he's the only one well positioned, having been military head of state, having made mistakes, now having almost, he was on the way to being by. He was finished. He was just going. But the grace that saved him, there's a reason why, grace saved him. And so you will think that now this will be a born again man and will come, to dedicate the rest of his life, to fully to Nigeria. There are some good things about him, but he also made some blunders. His hands are bloody, and wanted to destroy this whole two-term thing and be a third term, do all this third term thing and money. There's so many things that he did too, but he had the greatest opportunity, even going by his character. So, he did some very good things, like in the military, decentralized the military, made sure that, they don't get this power to do some of the rascality where they do before. There are a few things that he did, but he was well positioned to actually deliver Nigeria, show a path where we go follow. And then maybe by now, if they enjoy, just guiding, you could just be like guidance to guide Nigeria through. But here we are, that's, when we were discussing where people look back and say, oh, Obasanjo's time was better. You look after Obasanjo, you say the person who was there, his own time was better. After, it's always being like that. But you see, at the time when Obasanjo was there, at the time these people were also feeling the problems. We know all the massacres. We know all the impunity that went on. We know how he tried to, use, his powers, overreaching, tried,
That's where state of emergency right now. They tell you saying that because of say you give example, say himself do something. Now waiting make it do your own. So
yeah. So we
can
really,
you hear
maybe
me?
the only person that, yeah, it was kind of breaking. Hello,
Sorry about that.
hello.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me? Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now
Okay.
clearly. I can
I
hear
said
you.
person with state of emergency right now. They tell you saying that because of say somebody been put state of emergency to now making they do your own.
Yeah, because I mean, you can trace it to him, and not even just state of emergency. You can see he was heavy-handed. With respect to what he did in Lagos and the OD and some other things that he did and so on and so forth. He was. That's why I'm saying sometimes when you begin talk, people with the point I'm saying, listen, remove the log that is in your own eye before you can see clearly the speck that is in someone's eyes. So these are some of the blunders that he made. And I was just saying, perhaps the person who will not see, perhaps the person who will not really see, before he God took him out, now Yaradua. But the few things that we saw that he was someone at least who was some point somewhat honest to say, listen, these things were not good. The thing that happened to me, I mean, the way I came in was wrong. And then he was ready to go about, to make sure that there's a change. But he didn't stay too long, you know. So I think that, the problem with Nigeria, that's a book that someone wrote, is just that the entire system is not just, sometimes we could say na leadership. Maybe if we have a good leadership has a role to play. But think about the followership. After
Oh
all this,
no,
people wait.
I think I'm sorry, but I think we have more problem with our followership than the leaders. I'm sorry to
Yeah,
say. Yeah,
how
make I
can
tell you
you?
something. So sometimes the reason I get scared about Nigeria and sometimes I feel conquered is because our matter long, ego tay. See, if you change the minds of the politicians, you never change the mind of the people. Oh. I don't see situations where it be say, I don't tell you now, say I don't deal where it be saying I me they obey law, I they obey zebra crossing, I they drive, and I they wait me person cross. The way they horn for back for me, it be like say I they
Hey,
mad. It be like say I get mental
Precious,
problem. I they wait
I
for
have
red
a,
light.
I
The
have
way
a,
that they hold,
spe-
it be like say I they mad.
I,
So the thing is
I
that
have a,
there's so much corruption that it be like say the thing na a way of life, and the thing irks me, like it irritates me. And I ask myself whether am I a different species of person. When when I was in Wazobia, sorry to say, there was a street this reaction we took from Wazobia then that we asked that if you see a 350, if you just wake up now and see a 350,000 naira in front of your house, what would you do? Everybody, including my fellow presenters, were
you
like,
said they go
"Why would
take him.
it couldn't be like said a mad on air that day. If you go to Wazobia platform, you see it was like I was alone that day. Like, is something wrong with me?
They go
You
say if
understand?
you're there.
I'm
They say
telling you,
God give you money. They go even they preach to
yeah,
you
they
saying
say,
I God give you.
in front of my house, I see him. If I wait to 3, 4, 5 days, nobody can ask me. More, I go thank God. Do I go? I say, hey, now I'm on time. So I think there's something systematically wrong with us. There's something wrong with us. I don't know what it is, but it gets
No, it's
waiting
true.
they do us. It gets jazz where
It,
they
it,
do us. So I dey
It's true.
imagine how you be saying when Nigerians can't go other countries, they can't abide by the rule. Because most Nigerians when they think this way, when they go other countries, they maintain no. What if they
Yes.
do the work they here? What's in the thing? You know what how they give us drink? What if they do us?
The
Abeg,
native doctor, the native the native
abeg.
doctor, the native doctor will do the jazz. Now very powerful, now really powerful native doctor because the same experience where you say, I don't dey drive. Reach traffic light, you stop me, I stop. Then people behind me they horn, pom 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 pom. But the red light is still on. Now you never tell me say
I
make I
did not
go. Oh pom 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 pom.
want it.
Then the person can't drive, come pull out, can't come from my side, can't tell me oh there. And then he drove off. And everybody was just drive. No, let me just stay there. So I did look myself, say, which one am I normal now? I did there. Everyone just zoom past. Everybody could just zoom past. So because there are no sanctions, there are places where let me tell you. You see, over here, if na checkpoints where they man, where you get police, they go stay where they go they conspicuous where you go see them. But Nigeria own, the policeman go hide, or the traffic go last man person go hide. Because he wants you to break the law. That's
You
what he
don't talk.
wants you.
Just hold on. Not talk too much. So no, say usually when you're driving, there are signals about roads being one way. So if you see the signal for
Yes,
one way, you will know. If you see two,
yes.
there roads where be say be normal double lane road before, they can't change them to one way. So even if you're using Google Map feed direct you to enter there because Google Map originally know say that road na normal two way
Um, yes.
and they don't change that to one way. The authorities, last now, police, then go there just they wait for you. Try once you just put it,
So yeah,
they don't arrest
they
you.
catch you.
And you just be wondering that is it not your duty to direct me that no, the road has
And
been
there are no sign. There
reconfigured.
are no signs, so they won't put signs there for you to say,
So many places,
this.
so many places like that.
So their interest is for you to break the law so that they can extort this thing from you. But so they are not thinking about deterrent. They are not ever thinking, that there is disorder that will be caused if people disobey. To create orderliness. That's why they put all those signs, all those rules. But they are not interested in the system for the system to work normally. What they're interested in for there to be chaos and to be disorder, because in that there'll be some personal gains or benefit. So what kind of system are we building? So you see that it's not just yes, our leaders have faults. We blame them because they are supposed to show direction. They have the weapons of coercion, so they can enforce the laws and make sure that anybody will go against the law is sanctioned. But what of the followership? Somebody will don't make you suffer, finish. Then you can't say, okay, you still the suffer. Then he give you 1,000 for you to agree with him or her to toe the line, and you agree. Meanwhile, you are suffering. Say what you want to do is wrong, and say this money will not change your situation. But because you are looking for today, you are looking at yourself, you are not looking at your children and your children's children. You are not looking at the common good. You take that money, you put for pocket. Before you do finish, you don't chop and finish. And then you go come, they cry. They shout, follow us, they cry. Say, country don't spoil, country don't spoil. Meanwhile, you are part of the problem. The only way to change it, just like Omoye said, is listen. It has come to a point where yesterday where they talk, I wasn't calling for revolution. I don't believe because revolution, you don't know what is going to lead. You don't know what the consequence will be. But at some point, the people go stand. Not be to break things. Not be people go begin to say, no, we must do the right thing. We insist the right things be done. We insist the right things be done. If you put the right pressure and they give you money, you say no. And they bring police, you say at some point, they are human beings too. You will see that there will be change. Somebody, but you can't sit down, pray in the mosque, pray in the church, and expect that God will now come and do a miracle when He has given you power and authority to change your situation. You can't do. You go and vote. You know that particular system, that candidate cannot deliver anything. Has not provided, has cheated you, stolen your money, is riding in big cars and so on and so forth. You come out, they give you 1,000, 20,000. You still go and vote for that kind. How can you do that kind of thing? And the money is given to you is not his money. It's your own money that is stole. And you go and you vote for the person. And your conscience, you reach house. You take that money, cook. And you think, say that this thing where you chop, so you go, your body go be okay. It go give you cancer. You go run your belly. Because it's evil money, it's blood money. Because of people who don't die, so bad roads, hospitals, where no day, medicine, where the people were supposed to regulate, they don't regulate it. Now fake drugs that they give people. Security man will not doing job. Injustice that has been done to somebody. So how do you think that all the prayer the pray God will hear that kind of prayer? How is he going to hear that kind of prayer? How? Whether for the church or mosque or whatever. How?
Thank you, Mr. Tiwa. Let me talk to, just stay here. Let me talk to Mr. Olajari. I'm seeing Mr. Ola in the
Okay.
building. Mr. Ola, good evening.
Good evening, Precious.
Ah,
Can you
how
hear
are you?
me?
I can't see your face, so which one will I use
Oh,
now? Let me book.
can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you now. Welcome.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome, Mr. Ola.
You,
How are you?
you are doing a great job.
Thank you, sir. How are
Look,
you doing? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
How's the health? I hope you're fine.
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you.
Good.
And you too?
I'm great. Well,
I greet Prince Silaka.
thank you. He'll care.
And I greet TY Dan alias Danjuma.
See why don't you, man? I'm here you get this platform, oh. And I'm here you get this platform.
honestly, honestly speaking, whenever I'm listening to him,
Mm,
I always like to listen very well.
mm.
I'm inviting you now. So let me pause. I would like you, TY Danjuma, to come every day so I can listen to you. Whatever I want, yes, whatever I want to say, TY Danjuma will say it.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
I
Thank you,
love
sir.
your voice. I love your contribution.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless you guys.
Thank
Amen. You
you.
too. My oil
Thank
well
you.
now Precious now you give me oil well. I not get oil well. Otherwise I forgive you small.
I will apply too.
You know, sir, from River State, you get plenty oil. What did my papa back then? But that one at the present.
Precious,
Sir?
the only thing I want to say right now,
Mm,
people talking about electoral reform,
yes, sir.
I'm not sure that one is possible.
So why, sir?
If I'm Tunumbu, I will not sign it. Even though the senators
Pass
they
it.
can they can pass it, but they won't implement it.
God bless you,
Because
sir.
how can I pass a law which will remove me from power?
True.
I will not do it. If they do it and pass it, 90% of those people will not come back again.
Very,
That is the truth.
Yes.
very
That's the
well.
only thing I want to say. Thank you very
Yes.
much, Precious. God bless
Thank,
you.
thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Thank
Bye
you,
bye,
sir.
sir.
Precious.
Thank you.
Night, sir.
God
Precious,
bless you.
Sir?
you have spoken about this so many times here. It's not that people don't know.
Tired
Sometimes
now. I don't
it go be
tired
like
now.
say
I think I said I don't know the
it go be
Catholic
like say
Church.
would they oppose. It be like say would they
Yeah.
oppose. No, it's not. The main thing now, collect this power first. Then we can do that reform. You get when if you get someone who is serious minded, who is honest, then those reforms go come. We change the entire system, and that's why they are resisting. Because, like you said, and you have said it so many times, I won't do it. Oh, something where will make me, maybe a Jonathan. You know, maybe you can have. This is not Jonathan. We go say no, I don't want to. I don't want bloodshed. I don't want bloodshed. And you go quietly. But there are leaders where we don't get. Where they don't care. If people they die, make them die. They don't care. You can kill so many people in. They
So,
have media. They have all those things. Kill them for toll gate. Deny. Say it's not true. And then nothing go happen. They have the police. They have the media. They have the radio. They have the press. They have everything. When people you go pacify those, you go pacify, give them money, settle them, and we go move on. No, that's not a country. That's not a country. That is not a country. The only thing, these same people, when we had issues in their Abacha years, They went to the trenches. They fought. They did all kinds of things, you know, to change the system. Now, they are doing the same thing that they fought against. That even worse. Even worse. And this one now in a democratic system. That's why they say somebody where they kill with the knife, you know, they let me they carry knife near them.
See why Danjuma see, so you see this thing where they talk about the deep-rooted corruption. You don't even understand the level it is. So you saw what happened, or heard what happened to the young youth copper, the Raye girl.
Yeah.
Because she, you see, the person we do on a local government attendant to be on your just because I'm not going to for you. See, let me tell you something. You don't want to understand. Across all parastatals, across all cadre of government, everywhere. In fact, you see these senators, the more they talk, say, waiting the law, why they need a female crew and all that. Not be them, not be the ones who bring in, not be the ones who don't do there before they corrupt the system. You go see where Clark go tell you, say, see the way we do them normally. This is how you do it. Shebi, what's her name? Waiting be our sister name again, sir. The name does escape my head. Natasha. Natasha told us how she was a chairman of a committee, and months end they don't spend their allocation. Now the person when they give her in chat tell her say, madam, not be so they do here. All this money where did the account of the committee allocation.
This is how we do it with the
that's how they share them. So do you understand? So that's something it's in head. So even if you come and say you won't do the right thing, it take God, it take fear of God in you to stop you.
I have an uncle.
That will not let you.
I have an uncle
who
is
an
late.
Allocation. Go ahead, please.
I have an uncle who is late now. Who is late? You know, in his, they give them allocation. A big man. I don't want to mention the ministry, but in aviation industry. So when you want buy things with the vote where they get, you know they go open market. You go like all these departmental stores and so on. They will give them receipt and give them. Some of them staff come say, okay, there's something we want to beg you. This thing where you they do, now from this money now we take the balance the money, they reach us. If you can stop buying these things from this shop, we can buy from the open market. In fact, don't buy, we'll help you to buy. Because all these things, how you think say they go chop? So make you allow them to go shop the thing. Say they go buy the thing, they go buy better things. But my uncle refused. So the auditors, when they go check all the sections from time to time, when they ask who they for this SSO play, they go mention my uncle. So auditors go to go there. Because they're not go get. They're not go see any fault. They're not go see anything. In fact, I lived with him for a while. And that was in First Stack. From time to time, they furnish, they refund Nigeria, they waste money. They furnish maybe I think more than every 3 years, they go remove all the old equipment, they go refurnish the place.
You don't understand. Every 3 years is good because every year is budgeted for. Every year is budgeted for. See, the things will go fight not be today. Because the kind of wasteful expenses we do inside that budget, you could just ask yourself, say, where the money? So there's so much money, so much. That's why the president said it, that nobody in this country is supposed to be poor. So much money.
Yes.
Where the money day?
Yes.
How many people they use them?
So they came, they inspect. When they inspect finish, my uncle did there. I say, Uncle, sir, okay, we come change the furniture, it's due for changing, and the fridge and all those things. My uncle said, no, everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. There's nothing, don't outside, no replacement. My wife look around, shaking her head. Those people come out. My wife, your wife call us, say, can you see this man? Or take the money? Yes. Wife was crying, say, why is this man troubling himself? Why is he doing this thing to himself? This is now official, this thing. Your furniture is supposed to be changed. You say no. And you think the money is going to go back to, they have to spend the money. So someone has to sign for it and take the money from the system. So those type, Those type of people, no day again. Those were the people who were holding the civil service and made sure that the civil service was what it was. And he grew in a system where the little money where they pay was enough. His wife was not working, it was enough to take care of him, and you live comfortable and so on and so forth. But he now crossed into another generation where we say, when they talk those things, they look and say, this man is a problem. So at some point, when he got up, they just give him big office. They don't give him responsibility, because they know that you can't involve him in anything that is fishy. You can't involve. So they give him a big office. When I go and see him in his office, big office. But the real thing where they happen over his head. They happen over his head. So those type of people, if they are still in the civil service, they are frustrated. They are not promoted.
The reason why it was very hard for Buhari to fight corruption, because as he shouting corruptible, corruption reached. As he enter, it's corruption way past corruption. Could this be the reason why it was hard for him to fight corruption?
Well, I can't stand. I don't know him as a person, but I can't stand. I don't want to discuss Buhari, because yesterday when I was talking, the mention of you didn't understand what I'm. There are things that I hold personally against him, where every time, if not be say I just be Christian. Let me give you an example. I remember when he was military head of state, how he killed 3 young men. I think one of them, Bartholomew or something like that, who were alleged to have committed an offense at the time when what they did was not an offense. It's not known in our laws as an offense. So he used his powers, promulgated a decree, backdated it so that he go cover the time when those people do those things, and they were executed. And then somebody else did a similar thing, who was an emir. I think it was emir of Gwandu.
You know, go feed them anything.
And he flew in and brought nothing. So when somebody was saying, because I know one adu yesterday, that's why. So when this guy
talk, not Buhari alone now. Let's forget about this issue. This is why they talk, not unique to Buhari alone now. Almost every leader.
No. If you now pick up somebody and say he was so, that's why I say my belly the turn, because you can't use any of those people as a benchmark. No. You can't. If you say Yaradua, maybe I go say okay. You can't use any of these. These are evil people. These are evil. Or somebody where go rendition somebody, rendition an innocent man, bring and court down rule. Say, okay, leave this man, you don't want to leave him. And then you pigeonhole a whole ethnic group and say they are a dot in a circle. There you go. And they came to beg you, oh, this thing is too difficult. You ask a very difficult thing. What is difficult? I know go. I get other things where they bother me than I don't want.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good night.
Let me go and refresh and get ready for the day, for the week ahead. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Have a blessed week. Thank you.
Bye. All right, Nigerians. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. It's always a pleasure to have you guys join me here for us to talk about things got to do with the progress and success and development of our country. The easy. No, we'll continue to talk for the growth and development of our country. I love you guys. But in all of this, please protect your mental health. Because it's very important. Maka, you know why, right? I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Good night.